I don't normally do videos like this, but I'm gonna do it. This is the second take, so bear with me so I can remember what I was saying. Um, I say this with the utmost respect for women in my life. I don't talk about it a lot, and I don't talk about my better half on YouTube. Um, but today is her birthday, and um, the love and support that I do comes from the women that raised me. I was raised by women. Not to, I mean, I was raised by a couple of good men, but I tend to respect women because I grew up in that situation, and you can see my aunt and my mom, and you can see my better half back there too. Um, my respect for women was instilled in my head, uh, and I say that because I want to show the gratitude to my wife. Um, we've been through hell together, um, and people, um, I don't, I don't say it enough, and I don't talk about it because a lot of it's sacred to me. But I wouldn't be the person I am without the women in my life, and I don't know where I would be if um, I didn't have my better half. Um, she's seen me and at my worst. She's seen me at my best. Um, she's she's sometimes had to take the reins from me, um, and um, I've had to allow her to put me in my place because a lot of times I do need to be put in my place. And that wasn't easy for me about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was a totally different person. Um, and when that mindset where I had to relinquish all the hate and the bigotry that was inside my heart, and it wasn't to the women in my life because the women in my life were their own. Um, they were their own person, but they were sisters and my grandma, and so their mom. Um, and they they grew up in a different time than me, but um, my wife had to be able to be the one to say, okay, you don't have to um, always be on the edge. And the women in my life before that, they were, they were, they were, they were part of their own generation. Um, and so, but my wife, on the other hand, um, she's totally opposite of them. Uh, she reminds me a lot about my mom. My mom didn't care what people thought. My and she they just didn't. But my mom did, and my wife the same way. Um, and she's seen me in and out of hospitals. She's seen me do things that only her would allow me to do. Um, and I don't talk about her enough, and I don't tell her enough that how much I love her. And that's part of her birthday today. And then what's weird is she was a twin. I don't know how that would have worked out. Um, my mom always said she thought I was a twin. Technically, I am because I'm a Gemini. uh, but my wife allows me to experiment, to do things different, to allow my mentality to uh, think differently, allows me to say what I want to say and not be worried about judging. And guys, if y'all have seen some of my videos other than the recent ones, uh, you can tell where I'm going with this. Uh, and so having the wife I have, um, I can get away with things that, but she'll tell me where where she draws the line, and so it just those things. It's those little things. I'm allowed to express myself. Allowed to sit back and think, okay, what can I do better? How can I make this? And she will give me the feedback that I need. And she also allows the creativity. And what's weird is my daughter and her. You sometimes you will think they're sisters because the way they talk, um, and so um, Stacy sometimes gets in her little fits and it's so funny watching them. Uh, it's kind of just one of those things that just I have to remember um, that she's not uh, she's not judging me on anything that I've. She'll tell her opinion, and if she doesn't like something, she tells me. If she likes something, she tells me that too, and she doesn't sugarcoat things. Um, and she'll go toe to toe with me. 9 times out of 10, she wins, of course. Uh, but that's the thing, and giving that situation is really great. Um, there's times that I feel so out of my mind, and she has a way of pulling me back down to earth. Um, and none of us are perfect, but she's perfect from in my life. Uh, and she's a great mom. Uh, the boys absolutely love their mom. It's Caden's stepmom, but and he knows how much she loves him. Um, Stacy does too. It's just they're mother daughter. I have a different relationship with Stacy. There's times that Stacy gets away with things that only she can get away with me. Uh, but it's just one of those things where, excuse me, uh, that she's been able to do that kind of stuff. I mean, and as I was talking in the other one before, I'm making sure my mic's still on because it went dead on me last time. Um, the things that she allows and she don't allow is remarkable. Uh, and so I don't really give her credit, and I'm trying to give her credit the best place I know how, and that's here. Uh, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys that's not married and ones that may be thinking about marriage. You need to find someone that not only are they different than you, but they have their own belief system. Someone that can ground you, someone that can go toe to toe with you. As a lot of you know, I am very proud of my Native American ancestry. And before the Europeans came over here, the clan mothers and the mothers were the important people. This whole male thing came along from across the pond. Uh, Women know more than we do. And I'm going to put some biblical things here, and I don't normally do this. And this is part of the reason why I'm not a Christian anymore. Uh, yes, there's stories of Esther, and yes, there's stories of other biblical people. Eve gets a bad rap. I honestly feel like this is a problem with the brand of Christianity that I grew up with. It's all I always heard it's because Eve ate the apple. It's because Eve did this. Because Eve did that. Well, that's just a good scapegoat. We're if we're made in God's image, then the reason we do the things we do is because God does it. Whatever. And I think this is the main problem with me in that situation. I'm sorry, but I'm going to respect women, and I ask, I have a council of women. They know who they are that I confide in. And when I ask questions, they give me those answers that I need. And Steph is usually in the mix of that because I'll ask her opinion, and I get it. And 9 times out of 10, I go with it. That 1% I don't, I get myself in trouble. And, you know, we're not always going to be right, even though Steph thinks she's always right. Um, but I tend to do that. And, it's not wrong. Uh, it's kind of funny. Uh, my pops sends Steph Bible verses every morning, and she'll send him something else about cats, and it's hilarious because he says, "You always." Steph takes what she wants and then throws away the rest. She always has been that way. It's kind of funny. I'll talk to you how we met. So, me and Steph worked at Walmart together. Oh, both overnights. I had my life. She had hers. Uh, Crystal actually was pregnant with Caden, so I had my own life going. And I used to give her, I used to give her all kind of hell at work. Um, if any of y'all ever worked at Walmart as a stalker, you will understand this. And this is pre the universal sickness, where Walmart was open 24 hours a day. Um, and get, I was usually in pets or a high volume, or I would work a small area and then go help in chemicals or pets or paper. Those those departments in Walmart, they get a lot of free, and they got to go through a lot. The thing of it was, you get 21. So each department is your time per pallet. I don't know how they get this, but you give one person 22, 24 hours to work a freight when an 8 hour shift. We would have to bring other people in to those departments to help stock them. And guys, it's ridiculous. Well, Steph was the picker, and she didn't know what was on the damn truck, but 9 times out of 10, the stuff that's had holes was in the truck. Well, the manager had went and scanned these barcodes early in the morning before their truck comes. So when she's going to pull merchandise back stock to bring out for you to work, 9 times out of 10, you've put it on the shelf from the truck already, which makes no damn sense. But Steph would have to bring it out, and we'd have to work it. Well, we just loaded this from the truck. Okay, and that was Steph's job, and I would give her fits because here I am. I'm working 24 hours of freight, 8 for 8 on under. Well, technically, it'd be 7 hours. Yeah, 7 hours because you take an hour lunch. So you got 24 hours worth of work in 7 hours, and they expected you to do that. Not to mention, as you were stocking, you had to make sure zoned, cleaned up, ready by 7 o'clock in the morning. Guys, Walmart has it easy now. They're stocking during the day. And they are closed at nighttime. They don't have to deal with customers. That was We get Friday, Saturday nights, and you get teenagers in there doing stupid stuff. And but and I would give her hell for that. I'm like, but it wasn't her fault. So she had a thick skin then. So fast forward to now, I get I get chewed out just like anybody else, and I take it because it's from her, and she's always known better for me. So I wanted to jump on here and talk about her and give y'all behind the curtain of me. Uh, I wouldn't be the person, and like I said, I've been in a hospital. I've been in other facilities for other things that I've had to work through. I still go through. I mean, there's days where I'm hurting, uh, and there's days where she's hurting, and we're growing old, and that's the thing. And I don't I don't want to say this, but I'm going to because I don't think my oldest son gets on YouTube and watches me. Uh, Hi, baby. Speaking of the devil, there's one of my daughter. Uh, but I hope he's supposed to be asking the question, his girlfriend, and I hope he understands. Um, Sorry, guys. Um, I hope he takes some wisdom from his mom, and I hope my little mini mama uh, learns that her mom's not doing things to be mean. She's there. She does stuff so they'll learn. And I'm like I said, I'm a dad, and I'm different. I'm different than a lot of dads. A lot of dads get onto their kids constantly or trying to reprimand them. I don't do all that stuff really. I used to. I used to stay on top of my kids like flies on you know what. There she goes, and she's fixing to say chicken. She's fix- Yep. See, there it is. Um, but that is as part of being a mom and as part of being a dad. Like I said, I was a totally different animal back then, and Steph went through that with me. It was rough. Still kind of does get rough on those really bad days, and I don't talk enough about my wife. Really don't. Um, but I just want the world to know how much I love her today. Um, here recently she's she turned 40 today, and she's starting to understand. Even though mine started about 10 years ago when I started hitting, getting hurt or feeling the pain of whatever every 10 years or whatever. Life is getting old sucks, and you know doesn't help carrying extra body weight and side effects of medications and uh, but guys, I just wanted to come on here and say happy birthday to my better half. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I don't even know if I'd be here, honestly. And uh, and I just wanted to say that giving um, so much emphasis on her. She, like I said, she reminds me of my mom. My mom was didn't care, didn't give a crap. They kind of look the same too. It's kind of weird. They act the same. They talk the same way. Uh, Minus the schizophrenia. Uh, so it's kind of weird. And a lot of people say that the loves of your life, or a spitting image of your parents. Uh, I'll say something. The lady directly right there, my aunt. Uh, she once quoted to Steph that ever since me and Steph got together, my aunt loved Steph, absolutely loved her, and she's like, I can't believe he's finally learned how to. And that's the only person that could have done that to me is Steph. My aunt saw me through a lot of crap, and I had to, I had to live it. I had to put on this facade of harshness and didn't give a crap. And the funny thing of it is, Steph doesn't give a crap about what anybody else thinks. She really doesn't. On the other hand, as I've gotten older, I've started to be that way. When I was younger, I did give a crap, but I put on the facade that I did, and that's the difference between me now and then. Because back then I really did, but I was trying to mask it, and so I would do other things to mask it, like work harder, not smarter. Uh, but my aunt loved her to death. My mom loved Steph to death. Um, she didn't know how to express it, but she did. Uh, you know, it's just, guys, take time to tell your better half how much you love them and how much you care. Um, and it doesn't have to be verbally all the time. I don't go around love you, babe. You know, you got men that do that all the time, and it's cliche. They always say, but it can be emphasized too. It can be emphasized that you do, and that's all that matters, because a woman will be able to see through that smoke, because men in general don't have a lot of, well, there is some that's over, does it overkill. Um, and I know some guys that treat their wives like crap, and I'm like, what? How does a woman take that? And so, anyway, guys, that being said, and this is to Steph, happy birthday, and I love you. You're the person in my life. You've seen me through hell. You've seen me pull myself up out of hell, and that's the way it goes. So I hope that you guys got something out of this, and I hope if there's women that see this, I hope that you understand that it's kind of, I don't, like I said, I don't do this normally. I don't normally uh, I don't normally do happy birthday things. I mean, I do them for myself every so often. But anyway, guys, take care of the people that you love. Take care of that special someone in your life. And, it doesn't matter if, um, it just doesn't matter if you love your person, and you have to love them 100%. You can't love them, when it's just there's a special day like Valentine's Day or your anniversary. I mean, it's Steph's birthday, but um, anyway, guys, take time and express your feelings to them, because that's the best birthday gift you can give them. Is you give them something that you do very well, and I kind of do this YouTube thing very well, even though I don't have all these subscribers and followers, and I kind of think of myself as I've gotten better. But anyway, guys, I'll see y'all later.